I've been really enjoying the green smoothies every morning, and so I just try to do a different flavor and something different every time. This one I did vanilla protein powder with pumpkin spice, and it was actually pretty good. It was not a pumpkin spice latte, but it was pretty yummy. Good morning. Right as I decided to film this, it got really sunny all of a sudden. I'm really grumpy today. I don't know if it's just because sometimes I get grumpy or if it has to do with my pre-op diet. I don't know. And I'm also really tired. The past couple of days, I was feeling less tired and less like dragged down. So I was thinking I was kind of getting over the initial part of the pre-op, but no, pretty grumpy today. So take that as you will. What did happen today though is why you meow? I got an order. I had ordered these a little bit ago and they finally came in today. I got sugar-free dressings, vinaigrettes mostly. So this one is a raspberry and there is a balsamic vinaigrette. They're all, like I said, they're all sugar-free. 1 gram of one carb. This one is a sweet vinaigrette, whatever that means. A honey Dijon flavored one. So I'm pretty excited to try these. The reviews are good, but I mean, everyone has their own taste, especially when it comes to sugar-free things. I'm also not a huge salad person. Not really. I have never, like, I love me a good, like, side salad. I have never been the kind of person who can eat a salad for lunch and be like, awesome, thanks, that was super satisfying. But I would rather have the option. I also read that you can use them as marinades. So I figured that'll help things with some chicken and stuff and making it a little bit more interesting. I bet you this balsamic one would be pretty good as a marinade for some chicken. For now, I just boiled some eggs and I'm gonna have some egg salad instead of other salad. I'm gonna have a less salady salad for my salad lunch. Oh, my cat is going crazy. Do you want to come up here? Oh, yes, you want to say hello? Hello. Why you interrupt my video? Yeah? Okay, that's not exactly helpful. Oh, you are... For lunch, I had egg salad again. I made it the same way as I did week 1. It's the same way that pretty much everyone makes egg salad. And then I got a little bit hungry later in the afternoon, so I made a bag of Brussels sprouts. And I like Brussels sprouts, so don't give me any flack about it. For dinner, I had this amazing taco salad. So I ended up putting 90% lean ground beef. I think it's about 6 ounces. I have olives and tomatoes and avocados. And then I topped it off with a little bit of taco sauce instead of any dressing. And it was so good. I apparently slept through breakfast. I don't remember doing this, and I don't remember why it happened, but I didn't eat breakfast this morning. And I had egg salad again for lunch. Okay, I just really like egg salad, and I want to eat it until I've beaten it into the ground. For dinner, my boyfriend made some cod fillets, and he put some of his new blackened seasoning on it. And I had that with a big pile of broccoli. Later that night, I decided I was going to experiment a little with what I might be able to get away with dessert. So I made an avocado pudding. It is unsweetened cocoa powder, a half of an avocado, and a little bit of almond milk. And I used my immersion blender and blended it all up, which made it the consistency of pudding, but it was absolutely disgusting. So I made a chocolate smoothie this morning, and 1, to test to see how it would be, and 2, because last night I was so disappointed in my chocolate. This one has a tablespoon of Dutch cocoa, and then a tablespoon of nut butter, And I also put a scoop of the vanilla protein powder in it, and that was to give it the sweetness. I'm not putting any berries or anything in it, and it turned out to be this really yummy chocolate flavor. So I'm really satisfied with this. This will be a keeper for sure. And it's actually chocolatey, thank God. Quick lunch today. I am out of egg salad and I'm sad about it. So what I did is I actually took a can of chicken breast that I have from Costco, and I whipped that up into kind of a chicken salad, a little bit of light mayonnaise, mustard, salt and pepper, and then I cut up the rest of my romaine hearts and made a salad out of it. So that's what I'm going with for lunch today. It's about 7 ounces of chicken. So that's right around the serving size that I should be having. Tonight's dinner, I decided to take some chicken breast and bread it with some unsweetened coconut. I've had this recipe before. I used to use sweetened coconut. I went ahead and all I did was take the fillets and I dipped them in egg, and then I rolled them around in some unsweetened coconut shreds and fried them in a little bit of coconut oil. On the side, I've got some green beans. So it smells really good. And this is about 7 ounces of chicken. I did have 7 ounces of chicken salad stuff for lunch. So I'm only supposed to have 2 4 to 7 ounce servings of lean protein a day. So I cut this little piece enough to be more in those guidelines. Good morning. I am running a little bit behind today. It's a late morning again, but I have started off with oh, wow, that's separated. It looks awful. I don't know why when I use the chocolate powder, it does things. I don't know what it's doing, but it likes to separate. I was so excited this morning because I was going to try another chocolate shake because that one turned out so good yesterday. And I was going to put some peppermint extract in it. So it's kind of like a mint chocolate thing. Almost all of my extracts have evaporated. I only had a couple left. And so I put in a little bit of almond extract, which is one of my favorites anyway. And this is a really good shake. I gotta get stuff together. I'm actually gonna drink this and then go head in the shower and get all ready for today. We've got some errands to do. I'm gonna go to the store. I haven't shopped this much before. Everything that I eat is in the fridge, basically. Almost nothing that I have is in the cupboard. And so I'm going through it really fast. So I'm having to go to the store multiple times. I'm not sure if I can get myself to a place where I'm just shopping once a week, especially because I don't know how much lettuce I'm going through. I'm going through so much lettuce, and I'm afraid to buy too much at a time because then I'm just gonna waste it. I'm still learning. I found myself craving this chocolate shake yesterday evening, so I guess that's where I am now. I'm finding it a lot easier not to eat carbs. The past several days have been much, much easier. I'm not ruled by cravings like I had been. I'm looking forward to meals, and I'm not like, oh man, I really wish there were potatoes on this plate or something like that. I'm occasionally still like, oh, it would be really nice to have some rice, or oh, it would be really nice to have a potato. But for the most part, I'm just sort of, I think, getting into the groove of things. Why do I always sneeze? And finding it to be easier, which is really nice considering I'm rounding down week 2. I still have a ways to go. I think it'll be a lot easier from here on out, unless I go through these waves where I suddenly have just crazy cravings that make me really upset, and then I go back to feeling fine. We'll have to see, but I'm surprised. I'm really surprised at how fine I am right now, with not really wanting anything that's glutinous. The ramen was so delicious that I went ahead and had it again this week. The only difference really this time is we used thigh meat instead of chicken breast. I marinated everything the same, eggs the same vegetables and everything, just a little bit different. So I picked up some peppermint extract and made myself my minty chocolate shake, and it was everything that I had dreamed of. It was so good. I am super enjoying all these different versions of the chocolate shake. Okay, so for dinner tonight, we decided that we would splurge a little and that we were going to go pick something up. We actually went to our favorite Mexican place and I decided to get their fajitas. I went with the lean steak. I did half chicken, half steak, just because I do eat a lot of chicken right now. No tortillas, obviously. And then for the rice and beans, I got no rice. Looks like they gave me extra beans, so yay. It came with some pico de gallo and some avocado. What is that? Guacamole. That's a better word. I may add some lettuce to this to make it kind of more of a salad, but I think this is so much food. I'm not even going to need to. I'll just eat it the way it is. One thing that I have noticed is that it's not been very hard with me for cravings or anything. I was mentioning before, I am actually really impressed with how much I'm not craving bad things or like really, really upset by not having certain carbs with my meals. What was difficult tonight is going out to eat to a place and saying no to the things that you really like. That's the hard part that I'm finding. And so obviously we're probably not going to order out very much during this process. I might order something out for my birthday. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But for the most part, I think sticking to making things at home and not having that temptation. It's not even as much of the temptation because I wasn't going to get those things, but it's just kind of like the bummer of feeling like you can't have those things. This Mexican place, for example, has a poblano cream sauce that they put on stuff that is just so good. And I said no because it's got dairy and I'm just trying to be as accurate with the pre-op diet as I can be. The other thing that really sucks is that they have some of the best tortilla chips and they're just so good. And I'm actually looking right now at the bag that they gave us and that my boyfriend gets to eat. And that's going to be probably the hardest part about this. The cream sauce, yes, it's super delicious. It sucks that I don't get it. But yeah, chips. I didn't think it would be too big of a deal until it's like, oh man, yeah, those specific chips, that's going to be tough. Other than that, I found things to be somewhat easygoing. This smells really good, so I'm going to eat it now. So I am just doing some chores around the house today, running around, cleaning, you know, it's Sunday. And I realized it's almost 1:30 and I'm getting quite hungry. I haven't had anything to eat since my chocolate protein shake in the morning. I've had a habit the last couple of days of just like drinking a protein shake for lunch and moving on and moving towards dinner. So I'm trying not to do that, but during the weekend, I just find it easier to grab a protein shake. I was kind of searching around because it's cold today. It definitely feels like fall. And I wanted something warm, but I don't really have anything. The rest of the magic soup that I had from week 1, I did end up putting in individual containers and freezing. So I could try to thaw one of those out, but I'm not sure how long that's going to take. I don't know. I'm sitting here just trying to debate. I'm finding eating to be more of a chore than it used to be. I'm just not sure. So I'm going to have to figure it out. I hope my dryer isn't too loud. I ended up actually having some chicken broth instead for lunch. I had forgotten about these broth packets. We got them at Costco. They do say keto, but I think it's mostly just because they're keto friendly. So looking at the nutritional facts, 10 grams of protein, no carbs, no sugar, nothing like that. The only thing is it does have a lot of sodium because these things always do have a lot of sodium. Not really like watching my sodium. I am just in a general sense, but it's not part of the pre-op diet. I don't know. I just really wanted something warm and soupy. There's no like comforting soup. I can't have chicken noodle or something like that. So they come in these individual pouches for broth, and it's just powder. And I actually bought these for the 2-day liquid diet because part of that is obviously travel. The day that I have to go to the airport and I have to get on the plane, I figured the best thing to do would be to have some sort of broth with me. I've seen a lot of people talk about bringing bouillon cubes or something with you, and we ended up finding those in Costco. So today was a really good day to try it out. They're really good. Like, I was surprised. I took a sip and I was like, wow, that is like surprisingly yummy. It's a bone broth, so it's got a really rich flavor. And then there is some flavoring in it. There's thyme and black pepper and stuff in the ingredients. So I thought it was really good. I am going to snack on a few sunflower seeds. I bought some sunflower and pumpkin seeds in the shell that I just like to sit and crack a small handful of them. It's something that you eat slowly over time because you're cracking the shells, and usually I do it while I'm doing something else. So it's just a little snack that I'm gonna have. But other than that, I'm not really hungry. I think I actually will use these again soon. I think I'm going to make the ramen again. I keep making the ramen, but it's so satisfying. It is so good. But I think having some of these packs and then adding a little bit of like soy sauce and ginger to it would make a really good bone broth base for some chicken ramen. So I think I'm gonna try that next week just to kind of play around with the broth a little bit more. So I'm gonna experiment with a couple of different things. So I decided I was going to try something new tonight. One of my absolute favorite Thai dishes is swimming rama. It's essentially just white meat chicken in a peanut sauce tossed with spinach. And so I figured, hey, I could probably make that work. So I put together a peanut sauce, pretty similar to the way I always do, some PB2, soy sauce, rice vinegar, garlic, and I usually put a little bit of sriracha. And this recipe typically calls for a little bit of sugar. It's a little bit of a sweeter peanut sauce. So I did put a little bit of Splenda in it. I did that to taste because if I had put in 3 tablespoons, it would have been awful. So don't do that. I just tossed it all together. I cooked the chicken first in a little bit of coconut oil, then added the spinach last, of course, because it wilts really fast, and tossed it all with the peanut sauce. I'm serving it with a side of cauliflower rice because I couldn't really think of anything else to have with this, but this is what I've got. So today's my first day back at work since starting all of this. I was so out of my routine and like messed up this morning. I forgot to even put on makeup going out of the house. So there's that. I'm absolutely obsessed with these chocolate smoothies that I've been making. So I made another one this morning. It's another mint one. Put a little bit more mint extract in it. So it's nice and chocolatey and minty. It's almost like a dessert. I gotta get back into the swing of things and take the last 2 weeks of eating and dealing with the pre-op and now kind of meld it into my work life. In addition, I felt like as soon as I closed my eyes last night, my alarm went off. So I'm gonna have to deal with that. I brought some of my leftover swimming rama from last night for lunch today, so it should be easy peasy. Okay, so I can already tell that I'm gonna have a couple of problems with my work week and everything that I'm doing. So first of all, I haven't had anything to drink. It's now noon, 12:18. I haven't had anything to drink other than my smoothie this morning. Part of that's because of what I was afraid of. I get so busy at work and I don't even pay attention to what I'm doing. And then 2 hours have gone by and I haven't had anything to drink. I looked at the clock and I was like, okay, I need to have something to drink. I'm starting to get thirsty and it's 11:30. I can't drink 30 minutes before eating, and I was planning on eating at noon. So I decided I was not going to drink anything. I get super busy at noon, not able to sit down for anything until 12:18. So here we are. So now I have to eat and then I can't drink again for another 30 minutes after that. So what I'm looking at is 1 p.m. to be able to start drinking my water. That being said, I have to go a 45-minute drive away from my office. So I can drink in the car, but I'm super afraid of drinking too much and then needing to go to the bathroom really bad while I'm driving, to these appointments. I'll bring my full water bottle and maybe a bit of Crystal Light with me in the car and drink what I can while I'm driving there, drive back, continue drinking water. So maybe in that time frame, I can get a good chunk of my water intake in. But if I'm not really good at maybe setting myself an alarm or something, I'm gonna fall behind in my water drinking throughout the day while I'm at work. It's one of the reasons why I've had such a hard time just getting in an appropriate amount of water even before all this started. I guess I'm gonna have to set myself little reminders and stuff maybe every 15 minutes. That seems annoying. I just heard my lunch in the microwave go off, so I am starving. I need to eat it quickly so that I can get out on time for my appointment. Boy, do I love doctor's offices during a pandemic. I guess I better get used to wearing my mask and being in hospital-like settings if I'm gonna go through surgery, so there's that. I just pounded so much water that I had to pee like 5 minutes apart. That was insane. Whoa, this looks so much more insane on video than it does in person. This looks like a lot of food. So tonight, I already had full plans that I was going to come home and make a tofu dish, but that required cucumbers, and my cucumber was all soft and gross. So I had to improvise because I really don't want that dish without cucumbers. So I will be getting cucumbers in the next couple of days. And tonight I had to think of something quick. So what I chose to do is use up some of the salad mix that I have in the fridge that is on its last leg. And it is the kale salad mix. Instead of putting the poppy seed dressing in it, I went ahead and did one of the sugar-free ones that I got. So this is the honey Dijon. I already took a bite. It's actually surprisingly really good. And then I have a huge pile of broccoli, and I went with a smaller portion of chicken today just because I've had a lot of chicken and I don't exactly know how many ounces I had at lunch. So I chose a 6-ounce chicken breast. All I did was put some garlic and herb spices on it and throw it in my air fryer. So it's nice and crispy and delicious. And this was me throwing something together. And you know what? It looks really good and I'm really hungry. Now I just have to decide if I want to watch the next season of Unsolved Mysteries or something else. Unsolved Mysteries.